I'm ready for some real action. Are you ready for some football? Yeah!
In 1991, at the remarkable age of 44, fireballing Nolan Ryan of the Texas Rangers threw his Major League record 7th no-hitter. Hockey great Gordie Howe surprised the sports world, first by scoring over 100 points at the age of 41. Then by returning to play in the NHL at the age of 52. In tennis, who could possibly forget the magical run of 39-year-old Jimmy Connors at the 1991 U.S. Open? Now at the age of 38, Joe Montana tries to guide the Kansas City Chiefs to the Super Bowl. A certain Hall of Famer with 4 Super Bowl rings, he still possesses the necessary talent and drive to join those few special athletes who have accomplished great things at unlikely ages.
The main motivation is the love of the game, because when it's over, at my age, when I retire, I can't come back to the game. It's like someone's coming up to you and saying, tell me something that you enjoy. One of the things you enjoy the most in your life. And then you tell them, and then they say, okay, you can't have it for the rest of your life.
Montana and the Chiefs travel to the mile-high city of Denver to play the Broncos. Tonight on ABC's Monday Night Football.
Well, it's Monday night and we're ready to rock. Time to catch all the hits, the bangs, and the flops. Two division rivals driving in full gear. The Broncos and the Chiefs will decide it right here. We gotta get ready. We gotta get right. Monday Night Football's coming on tonight. So get ready. I mean, get ready. Are you ready for some football? A Monday night party. We got Frank and Al and Dan. They're gonna get it kick-started. Lynn and the crew's all set. The crowd is psyched, 'cause all my rowdy friends are back for Monday night.
Is 12 hours away, but already the party's underway in Green Bay. This playoff game is about tradition. Legends are made in Green Bay this time of year. No one has ever come to the frozen tundra of Lambeau Field and beaten the Packers in a playoff game. And 27 years after the Ice Bowl, the image of Vince Lombardi and Bart Starr is frozen in time. But there's a new torchbearer in Green Bay. His name, Brett Favre, and he plays quarterback like a linebacker. Favre was determined to ring out the old year at home.
We finally got what we wanted, and that's a playoff game at home. So with our fans here, our last opportunity until next year to win at home, we really got to take advantage of it. We feel like we're good enough now to make it to the Super Bowl, and if we don't make it, we'll be disappointed.
But Detroit is planning its own celebration. The Lions enter the NFL playoffs with one of the best running backs of all time. Number 20, Barry Sanders, plays a game of now you see me, now you don't. Ring in the new year with the Packers and the Lions. The road to the Super Bowl on ABC is underway.
Coming at you, yeah. The road to the Super Bowl is in full gear. Molly. Are you ready for some more football? Woo! Woo!
Welcome back to our Wild Card New Year's Eve celebration. Our distinguished guests now include two of the greatest quarterbacks to ever play the game. Joe Montana of the Kansas City Chiefs will be looking to take that next step towards a 5th Super Bowl ring. It will be the pinnacle accomplishment of a spectacular 16 years in the NFL for 3-time Super Bowl MVP Joe Montana.
Anytime you have the type of teammates that I've had over the years, it always helps everybody's career when you can win and continue to win, and that's what keeps everyone around.
We'll also raise a glass in celebration to the great Dan Marino of the Miami Dolphins. He's had a glorious career of magnificent statistical accomplishments. He has led the Dolphins to 5 division titles in his 12-year career. But if Marino is to progress through these playoffs and go on to win his first Super Bowl ring, he must today defeat the Kansas City Chiefs and Joe Montana.
He has been an incredible quarterback for a long time, and, you know, considered probably the best that's ever played, won 4 Super Bowls, and, you know, I have a lot of respect for Joe.
1994 is winding down. The new year awaits. Father Time is already taking the Detroit Lions with him. With their loss today, time has run out on their Super Bowl quest. Now we'll see which team joins them and which team will go forward into the new year. The Kansas City Chiefs face the Miami Dolphins in this AFC Wild Card matchup.
Well, it's playoff time and we're ready to rock. Time to catch all the hits, the bangs, and the blocks. It's a postseason party coming at you, yeah. The road to the Super Bowl is in full gear. We gotta get ready. We gotta get right. Time to kick off this wild card fight. So get ready. I mean, get ready. Are you ready for some football? A big playoff party. We got Frank and Al and Dan. They're gonna get it kick-started. Lynn and the crew's all set. The crowd is psyched. It's the NFL playoffs coming on. That's right.
So, are you ready?
Am I ready?
Are you ready?
Ready for what?
Are you ready for some football?
Playing in the primetime spotlight tonight are 3 of the brightest stars in the NFL. Wars are won with precise and accurate striking power. And the world champions of professional football have quarterback Steve Young launching tracer bullets into the hands of his receivers. But the brilliant 49ers attack combines awesome weaponry with majestic artistry. The high notes of this undefeated season have been played by the hands of a gifted performer. He is perhaps the game's greatest receiver, the incomparable Jerry Rice. When you mix the agility of a dancer, the power of a weightlifter, and the speed of a sprinter, then you have defined Barry Sanders, the marvelous running back for the Detroit Lions. He is football's most dazzling runner, and he's ready to face the world champions.
I think there's kind of a sense of urgency to get back out on the field and show everyone that we have a good team. I'm going to do what I can to make sure that you know, I'm able to have some big plays, you know, and try my best to create something, to make something happen.
Plenty should be happening tonight when 3 of the best players in the league line up the Monday night stage. The San Francisco 49ers play the Detroit Lions on ABC's Monday Night Football.
The hits, the bangs, and the blocks. The Super Bowl champs are coming your way. San Fran and Detroit are ready to play. We gotta get ready. We gotta get right. The Niners and the Lions are banging heads tonight. So get ready. I mean, get ready. Are you ready for some football? A Monday night party.
This September, nobody does it like ABC.
Nobody. Stop the promo. Stop the promo. Are you ready for some football?
For the Buffalo Bills veteran stars, time is running out. They are haunted by a past that includes losses in 4 Super Bowl games. Their 36-year-old quarterback, Jim Kelly, is on a quest for a Super Bowl victory before he retires. And Kelly knows the pursuit is a personal race against the clock.
For me, it's ticking, but for a lot of the other players, some of the younger players, I think they're starting to get that winning sensation. There is a sense of urgency right now that when you're in my position, you've been here before, it's always a sense of urgency.
Jim Kelly led the Bills back into the playoffs last season. They've won both their games this year. As the hourglass empties, Kelly is hopeful that the sands of time will not bury his chance for a Super Bowl ring. Now is the time for 2 of the NFL's best, the Buffalo Bills and the AFC champion Pittsburgh Steelers, to go at it on ABC's Monday Night Football.
Ready, Pittsburgh.
Well, it's Monday night and we're ready to strike. Our special forces are in full flight. The Steelers defend their conference crown, but a Buffalo stampede invades the town. We gotta get ready. We gotta get right. There's gonna be a battle in Pittsburgh tonight. So get ready. I mean, get ready. Are you ready for some football? A Monday night party. We got Frank and Al and Dan. They're gonna get it kicked started.